Hey there. Today we're going to talk about something that, let's be honest, affects millions of us, the way our vision changes as we get a little older. But this isn't about focusing on the problems. Nope, we're going to dive into some really smart, simple, and frankly empowering solutions that can make a huge difference in everyday life. So let's jump right in.
All right, let's kick things off with something I'm willing to bet a lot of you have experienced, maybe on a really sunny day or even just driving at night.
You know that feeling, right? When you step outside and the sunlight is just so intense? Or when a car's headlights at night just seem to explode in your vision. It can be pretty jarring and, honestly, a little disorienting. Well, here's the most important thing to know. If that's happening to you more and more, you are absolutely not alone. It turns out our eyes just get a bit less skilled at handling bright light and glare as time goes on. It's a totally normal part of the aging process, as the National Institute on Aging points out.
Now, this whole increased sensitivity to glare, sometimes it can be a sign of a broader condition. So let's get into our next section and really nail down a key term here: low vision. So, what does that actually mean? Well, the National Eye Institute defines it as vision loss that you can't just fix with the usual stuff. And this is really the key part. We're not talking about just needing a stronger pair of reading glasses. It's a more significant issue that can make those everyday tasks a bit tougher.
And this isn't just some abstract medical term, right? It has a real impact on your day-to-day. It can mean squinting to recognize a friend's face from across the room, or struggling to read the fine print on a recipe. It's those little things that you used to do without thinking that suddenly need a bit more effort, or a lot more light. Okay, now this right here is probably the most important idea in this entire explainer. Pay attention to this one. Low vision does not mean no vision. It's all about a shift in mindset. The goal isn't necessarily to get back what's been lost, but to learn how to make the absolute most of the sight you still have. It's all about adaptation and taking back control. So with that idea of adaptation fresh in our minds, let's get super practical. We're going to head into one of the busiest, most important rooms in any house, the kitchen.
I mean, think about it. Cooking is all about precision, right? A teaspoon of this, a tablespoon of that. But what happens when you can't quite make out those tiny engraved numbers on a measuring spoon? Suddenly, your favorite recipe can turn into a real point of frustration. And check this out. This is where it gets really cool, because a tiny design tweak can make a world of difference. On the left, you've got your standard issue measuring spoons. We all have them. But on the right, a high contrast set. We're talking bold, big print, and bright distant colors. It's such a simple, brilliant solution that just makes things easier to see. So we can take that one example and expand it out into 3 super simple but really powerful rules for the kitchen. Number 1, boost your lighting. Maybe some stick-on lights under the cabinets. Easy. 2, choose high contrast. If you're slicing a white onion, do it on a dark cutting board. It's a game changer. And 3, keep things organized. If you always know exactly where the salt is, you don't have to squint at labels every time.
Now, these kinds of home adaptations are fantastic. They really are. But here's the best part. You do not have to figure all this out by yourself. Let's move into our last section and talk about the professional support that's out there.
Believe it or not, there's a whole field dedicated to this, and it's called vision rehabilitation. You can kind of think of it like physical therapy, but for your vision. It's a structured service that's designed from the ground up to teach you new skills and introduce you to tools that'll help you live your life fully. So what does that actually involve? Well, specialists can show you all kinds of adaptive devices, everything from powerful magnifiers to talking clocks. They'll help you do a safety check of your home, just like we talked about with the kitchen, and they can connect you with support groups, other people who get it. The whole goal is to help you maintain your independence.
So when you boil it all down, it comes back to this. There's no magic, one-size-fits-all solution. It's all about finding the right combination of tools and strategies that works for you and your life. Whether that's a high-contrast measuring cup, a brighter light bulb, or connecting with a specialist, it's your journey. And that brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. This isn't about some massive, overwhelming project. It's about making small, smart changes. So I'll ask you this. As you go about your day, what's just one tiny thing, one daily task that you could make a little bit easier, a little bit clearer, starting today?